guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. So today we're going to be taking a look at this. It's a Jurassic Park 1993 press kit. These were given to members of the media to use as snippets of information and also use facsimiles of the imagery contained in this pack for newspapers, for magazines, for television. It allowed the press to basically have something to show the public while the kind of Jurassic Park fever was going on. Now we recently did a video on the Jurassic Park style guide, which we managed to get hold of last year, and there's a video of that. Link is in the description down below if you want to see how they branded Jurassic Park. And I think this kind of follows on from that video. What I've been thinking about recently is why I love the first film so much. And I think it comes down to one word. Jurassic Park is a cerebral film. I think as much as I love the sequels, none of them have really been a cerebral sequel. And the first film is just spot on. I just can't fault it. And the branding and the marketing that went with it was equally as flawless. So first of all, the press kit is presented in this lovely glossy folder. It's kind of like glossy brochure paper or photographic paper is what I'd compare it to today. And you can see we've got the Jurassic Park logo boldly printed on the front. Really, really nice. On the back, the glossy paper continues. And we've got the Amblin logo down in the corner and the Universal logo. Really nice. Inside, if we open up, you can see we've got two pouches either side for the contents. Now this is kind of like your bread and butter press kit. Some of the contents may vary on ones you see online. I paid about £30 for this kit. I've seen them go all the way up to like £100, but there's no way I'd pay that much for these press kits. So see if you can grab a bargain online if you are looking to pick one of these up. Inside here we have a nice stapled bunch of papers, all with the Jurassic Park logo as a letterhead. Now colour printing was actually quite expensive back in 1992, so it's really nice to have Jurassic Park official letter-headed paper. And this is actually a rundown of the cast and crew. So this just allowed the press to look further into the people involved with the film. You know, if they've got any associations with existing films that were really popular, then they could mention them in their reports. So this is just an overview of the cast and crew. Let's see how many pages this is. So this is 13 pages. So 13 pages of the cast and crew, and that's stapled nicely in the corner. Then we have a bigger bunch of papers, again with the Jurassic Park letterhead, and this is what they call the production notes. Now when you get press kits, this quite often comes with the press kit. It's just an overview of the production of the film, any kind of interesting stories, any feats or achievements that were made, and also a sort of rundown of the cast and crew involved in a more sort of glamorous way, so that if they were to take a snippet of this for a news report, then it would actually make it really exciting. This is actually a lot more pages, and it's kind of written a bit more like a behind the scenes making of article. It's a really interesting read. I have read the whole thing. Most of it is already in the public domain, so you probably will have seen or heard most of the stories in here. This is page 43, so it's 43 pages long. Probably the most interesting thing about this part of the press kit is that it tells you the order in which they shot things. So it tells you kind of the stages that they shot on. For example, the T-Rex main road attack, they shot that at Warner Brothers, not at Universal, because they needed such a big stage. So it tells you in kind of what order they shot things chronologically, which for someone who's really into the production of Jurassic Park like me, I find that sort of stuff really interesting. So yeah, really good read this, and probably worth the price of the press pack alone. It's kind of like another behind the scenes article. Now if that wasn't enough, we get a bunch of glossy production stills. Now these are absolutely gorgeous, and they had to be because they were going to be copied and used in magazines and newspapers. So the quality on these is absolutely fantastic. So let's take a closer look at each one. Here, top of the pile, we've got Ariana Richards and Joseph Mazzello. Nice rundown of the crew and cast there. We've got the Amblin logo and the Universal logo. And it says here, Lex, a teenager who knows her way around computers. And then here it says, Tim has a big smile on his face as he gets ready for his first tour of Jurassic Park. And these would have been copied and used in newspapers, magazines and television. Here we have some images of the supporting cast members. So we've got Samuel L. Jackson. He wouldn't be a supporting cast member anymore, but then we've got Wayne Knight here as Dennis Nedry, Martin Ferrero as Donald Gennaro, and then Bob Peck as Robert Muldoon. Very intense looking Muldoon. Got a nice picture here of the late Richard Attenborough. Really nice character shot, that one. And it says here, in his first role as an actor in 15 years, Richard Attenborough plays John Hamm, the billionaire who conceives the idea of a theme park with dinosaurs recreated from fossilized DNA. Next here we've got a nice shot of Jeff Goldblum looking in wonder at the brachiosaur. It says, Dr. Ian Malcolm is the mathematician who advances the chaos theory, a concept that nothing can be totally predictable. Here we've got a nice image of Laura Dern looking very wistful. It says, paleobotanist Dr. Ellie Sattler questions the concept of Jurassic Park and its potential consequences for man and animal. And it's going back to what I'm saying about the film being cerebral. The film Jurassic Park was, it was focused on the ethics of doing this, but also the dangers inherent in genetics. And I think we kind of lost that with the sequels a little bit, the seriousness of the film. So here we have a nice character shot, Alan Grant, Laura Dern and the children. Very nice. It says they tried to keep a safe distance from the danger encroaching on them in the visitors centre. Really cool. Here we've got a couple of images here. We've got Alan Grant and the kids coming up to the electric fence, and here we've got John Hammond entertaining his guests beside the Jungle Explorer. Here we've got Alan Grant discovering the eggs with the children leaning over, and here we've got Ian Malcolm being found by Ellie Sattler and Muldoon. Here we've got a lovely intense shot of Alan Grant. It says, Dr. Alan Grant surveys his tense situation. So this looks like the main road attack with the T-Rex. Here we've got some beautiful stills of Steven Spielberg himself framing up a shot and at the helm. Here we've got a nice picture of John Hammond in the hatchery helping out the baby velociraptor. And then we've got the control room here with Samuel L. Jackson in the foreground. Here we've got a lovely still of the brachiosaur leaning over and taking a munch from the trees. It's a funny angle, this. The animatronic brachiosaurus looks a bit odd from this angle. We don't actually see it from this angle in the film, so that's interesting. Here's a lovely still of the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the main road attack with the rain lashing down in buckets. Look at that. It says here, a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex has broken out of the security fences and approaches a car, taking two visitors on their first advanced ride around the attraction. And here lastly is a beautiful still of the Tyrannosaurus Rex looking at Lex and Grant and trying to see them move. Really tense scene, lovely photograph this. So these photographs are really my favourite aspect of the press kit, and I think this is worth, along with the production notes, the £30 that I paid for this kit. They're really lovely stills. You could put them up on your wall, you could even get them framed. They really are high quality, so it's great to have these. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at this piece of Jurassic Park ephemera, the 1993 press kit. I think the Jurassic Park stills and the production notes alone are worth the price of this press kit. So see if you can find it online at a fair price. eBay's probably your best bet nowadays, but this really is a fine addition to the Jurassic Park collection. I do also have the Lost World press kit, and I'll be reviewing that one very soon. Do leave your thoughts and comments down below. Do you still enjoy Jurassic Park as your #1 favourite film from the franchise? If not, let me know why not. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.